Okay, Coach, coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Yellow, let's go on, Eddie. Let's go. At 25 to Mike. We'll go 25 to Mike. Yellow.
Now they try the right side here. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Rolling to his right. And he's got his man on the comebacker. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. They fake the give. Now Mahomes out to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Lions' 41-yard line.
At 25 to Mike. We'll go 25 to Mike.
They go play fake. Mahomes. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. And to give this time to the tailback. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Yellow. There's a line. You got nothing.
Back to the ground. This time Cook. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. the carry, it's Cook. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there, first down, Vikings. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Here we go. He's crossing. He's checking crossing.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
On play action, it's Mahomes. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. Accelerating, and off he goes. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Austin Seibert on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try and at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Now a play fake here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. Now a loose football. The ball comes out.
The offense retains possession.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's first and 10. Down at the 33.
Attack!
Now a handoff here to his running back. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The tackle made there by Jared Davis.
2nd and 10. That's a 34-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
They're running it.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. It's caught. Smith. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 16.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Throwing on second down. Mahomes. He's got Smith here. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Going to give this time to the tailback. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, then no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Watch the screen. Red, 6-6, pull it high. Come. Slant. Alert flare. Red,
They start on the ground with Elliott. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Trubisky will throw. They'll set up the screen to Smith. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Watch twist. Hey, ball.
Now it's Trubisky. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
Back. X3, 218, chop.
Now Trubisky on first down. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Under 10. Hey, look, 3. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Check out Humphrey. Red, up. Hey, number 28, Mike, he's coming. Topper.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. Trubisky will come up here 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Check 3. Alert. Switch it. Check hot route.
Ito Smith, his first carry. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
That's it, baby.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Check 26. Joker.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Bang, 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 bang. Shoot. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Kill. Hey, alert. Shoot. Check nickel. Check that.
Now Elliott. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
Detroit Lions, first down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
Lock in. Out. Sponge. No.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Defense, let's go. Check. Kill. Watch the ship. Hey, bomb.
Elliott. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Check 3. 97's the mic. Man, don't. Watch the screen. Rush in.
On 3rd down, Smith. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Call it a 4-yard pickup, but it leaves him a few inches short here on 4th down. Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a first down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short. They'll run with Elliott. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Ezekiel Elliott, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run it now out of the gun. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Flushed out right. He'll find his man on the comeback route. Complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. They go play action here on first down. And this one complete to Smith. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Mahomes going to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. That's going to be caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A big pickup of 38. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, right there. Let's get it. Let's go. Hold this. 56, the muck.
Now it's Mahomes again. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 2-yard touchdown grab as his guys are back within a single score. Until that late score here in the second quarter, they'd only had the field goal, so that's just big to see that football get into the end zone.
Yeah, and when you look at the scoreboard now, nothing seems out of reach. They've been outplayed in the first half, but when the clock hits zeros as they head into the half, you know what I do as head coach?
What?
I tell my team to sprint to the locker room to show that we've got the momentum and show that we're right back in this game.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Check 13. Check 13. Watch the eye. Big ass, big ass, big ass. Jim.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll bring up second down. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
2nd and 10.
Hey, ball. 18. Hey, orbit.
Looking to throw on second down. Trubisky. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end.
Check 50. Check. Alert, 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 alert. No. Blue.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up second and 12. At the 45-yard line.
SOS.
They go to Elliott again. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
180. 27. Bandit. Kill. Hey, turn it up. He's coming. Alert. Red, tough.
On third down, Trubisky. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Here I come again. Check. 18. Check Mike 27. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to... Red, tough. Watch out. Alert.
They'll run with Smith. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought. Down at the 41.
A gain of 6. That's another Detroit Lions first down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Hey, check 20. Hey, alert. Check. Lock in.
Now Ito Smith. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Watch safety creeping.
22 jet bomber.
Throwing on second and 14. Trubisky, complete. Smith has it. 7 yards on the play, and that's going to lead to a third. Down.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 7.
Go! 180! Check in. Yeah, let's get sack lunch. Watch twits! Watch twits! Back! He's checking! Crash! Hey, ball!
Throwing here, Trubisky. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So a favorable bounce that time, to say the least, and he's able to convert the field goal there from long distance.
Yeah, the guys behind the end zone didn't need to hike the net up for this one. That thing was a dying quail, but he finds a way to boink it off the crossbar and make it drop through.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down. Now a handoff here to his running back. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that's caught by Smith. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Cook. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions 31.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And an alley to run. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Check 99. Check 99. Check 3. Check 3. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4, Mahomes nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. 17-17 the score, all even to this point as the kick's away.
That's it, baby. We're going to
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Alert! Bang, bang! Bang, bang! Shoot! Watch, twitch! 80 weapon!
Here's Trubisky to throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Give him 32 on the play.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Come on! 180! Twist!
10th carry now for Elliott. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
And that's one of the reasons we like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
At the 34-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Let's see what you got. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Blue. 18, 18.
Again, it's Elliott. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on 1st and 10. Here's Elliott. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
36, 36. Check, check. Lucky. Red, up. 24, check 24. Watch it. Blue. Out. Sponge.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Daniil Hunter in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season.
25, check 25, check 25. Hey, alert. Hey, alert. Hey, exit. 28. Now watch one.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire.
Check Mike 27. Time to go night. Mike 27.
From the 27, Trubisky. Open man is Galladay, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
Switch up. Check back. 18.
They'll run on 1st down. Elliott. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6.
Throwing now is Trubisky. And look at that, a diving catch. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, Haywood! Check Mike 27, check Mike 27. I got one. Rush in. Showing it.
Trubisky to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. Touchdown, Detroit! As his guys are in for 6, as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Mahomes. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw, Mahomes. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and now it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And everything right now rests on the right foot of Zane Gonzalez. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And everything right now rests on the right foot of Zane Gonzalez. This from Tom Dempsey range here. And that will wind up just short. He had it online. It ran out of gas at the end. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores it.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
We got this.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. First throw in overtime now for Trubisky. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure of the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now they try the right side here. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. What can Mahomes do now with his overtime drive? He's got Smith here. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. A big one coming now for the kicker, Zane Gonzalez. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about. A long field goal to win it, so definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So for Minnesota, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.